Hey guys, Summit Tactical here. Today we'll be discussing a legendary bit of kit that's had a substantial upgrade, and that is the classic Outdoor Research Ironsight I, which has now become the Ironsight II. This has been a favourite for years because of its crazy high dexterity, and the upgrade is basically a product of customer feedback. Okay, so let's talk about the Ironsight I initially then. What made this a great glove? And if you haven't seen our previous video that's on YouTube, I'm going to go over some of the key elements now that make it so. So the first thing that I noticed about the Ironsight I was this really grippy compound. Okay, so if you're using weapons, knives, kit and equipment in cold, slippery, wet conditions, that grip technology on the palm is really effective. Okay, the back of the hand, it's got some raised rubber armored points, and it's also iPhone compatible. Hook and loop closure at the wrist, and then the easy pull on toggle to the wrist area. It's a really well fitting combat glove. So what is the difference between the Ironsight I and the Ironsight II? Well, basically, the mark of any good company is that they listen to customer feedback, and their research and development team then goes away and redesigns a previously amazing product and comes up with something better. So the two key elements that customers gave feedback to Outdoor Research was a couple of points with the Ironsight I. The first one is the seams along the insides of the fingers can feel like pinch points if you wear the gloves for a long period of time. And having them both on my hands now, guys, the difference between the Ironsight I and the Ironsight II is literally night and day. This feels like a well-fitting glove, the Ironsight I. This feels like an extension of my skin, Ironsight II. And when you've got them on side by side, you really notice the difference in the fingers. I hadn't really noticed how much these pinch before. I like a tight fitting glove, especially in a combat and shooting glove. But when you put these two side by side, the level of comfort between the two, the Ironsight II wins hands down by a country mile every single time. Okay, this is still a comfortable glove to wear, don't get me wrong, but over a long period of time, using weapons, using your phone, etc., you're probably going to want this over that one. It is a better, more well-designed glove. The second element that's been upgraded then, we talked about this grippy compound. With anything grippy, durability is going to become a problem in the long haul. The reason being, by the very nature of what it's designed to do, it's designed to grip to other materials. So eventually that grip is going to wear, okay? Like a rubber contact point on a metal stippled pistol grip, eventually you're going to get wear. And it's going to be the less durable of the two materials, in this case the rubber, that's going to wear first, okay? So the Ironsight II, basically what they've done is they've taken an Suede synthetic leather and welded that onto the glove itself, and then taken the grippy compound that was on the original Ironsight I and replicated it on the Ironsight II, just in a smaller, more durable grip pattern. Okay, so it's still the same product, it's just been upgraded and made to work better. So, can we still use an iPhone? Let's have a look. Hopefully I can get that in the screen. Yes. Okay, so no issues typing still with your Ironsight II on. What's the difference between the two materials that they've used? Well, this is a shinier, almost leather-like material, and this feels a little bit more like cowhide. It's not shiny. I would imagine in the wet, this one is still more responsive. You're limited by your touch screen. Obviously, if that gets wet, then you're not typing no matter what. But this is definitely a better compound for typing. Other key differences across the two then. You'll see the rubber on the back of the trigger finger. And it's here on the right hand glove as well. That's now been removed, probably to make it easier to slip inside the trigger guard. Okay, and there's been some upgrades to the other fingers. Okay, where it was missing from the Ironsight 1, it's now been added to the Ironsight 2. You still got the back protection. You still got all the other great features like the pull-on loop, the Velcro. But the main thing, guys, is obviously it is a lot more comfortable. So, if you have the originals and they're holding up, keep using them, guys. It's a great combat glove. If your old pair is looking a bit tired, or if you need a specific flame retardant version, there is now one in the family. And there's a lighter weight version as well that I'll be talking about in the next few videos. One thing I'd like to clear up though, guys, a combat glove, okay? A combat glove is designed for that role. However, there's always a trade-off between durability and flexibility and lightweightness. People always think that a lightweight material is not going to be durable. That's not necessarily true, okay? But there is always a mesh point, a crossover, where you trade durability for flexibility and the ability to maneuver your fingers still. Let's put it this way. If I deployed for 7 months on a combat tour, I would take 3 pairs of these with me. They will wear, guys, all right? If you're manipulating and shooting with weapons, clearing stoppage drills, using belt-fed machine guns, climbing over walls, dragging them along walls, crawling, doing all the stuff that we do in combat, you're going to wear through them. It's as simple as that, okay? If you're hammering in pickets, stringing up razor wire and stuff like that, don't wear combat shooting gloves, okay? Wear heavy-duty gloves to do tasks like that, all right? These are designed for shooting in and combat, okay? You need to be able to use them to manipulate your weapons. They will get ragged if you use them for something where a more durable glove is required. One of my jobs years ago, I worked in the PW office. Companies like this one that I work for now used to bring us in gloves to stress tests on the ranges. To put things in perspective, I could go through a set of gloves in 3 days shooting 9mm pistol. Okay, all day on the range shooting, operating that top slide, clearing stoppage drills. You will wear through combat gloves, guys. Okay, it's as simple as that. But they will last a decent period of time, okay, with reasonable use. All right, it's a disposable item. It's a glove. Hence the price. It's a good price point, and it will last a suitable period of time. But yeah, if I was going for a 7-month deployment, I'd take 3 pairs of these. Hopefully that clears things up a little bit with combat gloves and their usage. So the Outdoor Research Ironsight II, a particularly good upgrade from the Ironsight 1. This is a great glove. OR have just taken everything that the customers have fed back and put it into their research and development team and produced an amazing glove.